You know, there's a lot of people who enjoy going to the Cheesecake Factory, right? But you know what's funny about it? There's a lot of people who go to the Cheesecake Factory just to eat dinner and have drinks. They never order cheesecake. Welcome to Impact and Fulfillment with Coach Mike D, where you'll gain practical wisdom and dynamic insight from amazing conversations to live your best life. What's going on, y'all? This is Coach Mike D with another episode of Impact and Fulfillment. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're making the most of the life that you've been blessed with. I hope you're having some fun. And ultimately, I hope you're doing what it is you are called to do, what you're supposed to do. And I hope you're making a difference. That ultimately is what I really hope you're doing, is I hope you're making a difference. And I keep saying hope. I pray that all of that is true. You know what? I believe all of that is true. But it's a little something that I wanted to drop on you all today, something to think about. And it's a perspective on what's right for you and what's important to you might not be right and important for someone else. So walk with me for a second. You know, there's a lot of people who enjoy going to the Cheesecake Factory, right? But you know what's funny about it? There's a lot of people who go to the Cheesecake Factory just to eat dinner and have drinks. They never order cheesecake. Interesting, right? You know, some of the best steakhouses in the world are all over the place. And do you know that there are a lot of people who go to steakhouses and never order steak? They go and get chicken or salmon or some vegetarian dish that they really like. Or maybe they just go and, have drinks or go and have dessert. Go figure. Somebody goes to the Cheesecake Factory for dinner and then goes to the steakhouse to order dessert. It's kind of an interesting thing, right? You know, the same thing kind of goes for books. You know, I grew up in an era where, you were taught to read a book cover to cover. Don't miss a word because you might miss something. But I've evolved to a place where, honestly, I might not need the whole book for what it is I'm trying to accomplish. I might just need a chapter or two. I might just need a sentence. Maybe that was the thing. That was the key takeaway. You know, when we go to church, we're taught to be there at the very beginning and stay to the very end. But the reality is we're all at different places in our spiritual journey. And that being said, there are some people who literally need to be at church from 30 minutes before it starts, and they need to be the last people leaving because they're seeking something, they're looking for something, they're in need of something. Whereas the next person who's at a different stage of their spiritual journey, maybe they just need a little bit of music that day. Maybe they just need a quick prayer or something. Maybe they need, a few takeaways from the sermon. Either way, what's needed for one person might not be the same thing that's needed for the next. And we can't be judgmental about that because we have to have enough courage and confidence to do what's necessary and be okay when it's time for us to leave. It's just an interesting perspective because I think a lot of us get caught up in the dogma, or we get caught up in, what's perceived to be right. But then you have to ask the question, what is really right? Because, yes, we have some universal rights, like, keep your hands to yourself and, all of that, and don't touch what's not yours. I mean, we have universal laws out there that most people agree that are legit and correct. But as it pertains to how things are consumed, how things are used, how things are enjoyed, we have to take a step back and realize that we are all wired a little bit differently So therefore, we may get different things out of the same thing that someone else found joy doing something totally different from our perspective. And that's okay. But I think we have to literally get ourselves to a point of maturity to understand that there will be times in which what works now might not work later, and that's okay. Or you just need a little bit of this where somebody else needs all of it. There's no judgment. We just have to figure out a way to get what's necessary, add value in a way that's necessary, but then also understand and be comfortable and confident in the fact that what's necessary for you might be totally different than somebody else. So I don't know if somebody out there needs to hear this, because again, the whole concept of this podcast is impact and fulfillment. And I really, in the depths of my soul, desire for everyone out here to experience impact and fulfillment at a very high level. And I believe one of the things that we're going to need to start doing is being honest with ourselves with regard to where we are, what we need, what we enjoy, what's best, and have the courage and the confidence to step into that, regardless of what criticism, question, or, opposition may come from it. So I hope this is something that you all can take to heart and just realize that everybody's different and it's okay. That difference that you bring, that difference that literally flows in and out of you, that's the uniqueness that makes you who you are. There's never been you, and there never will be another you. You may have somebody similar, but that similar person is still a different person. Identical twins are different people. Siamese twins are different people. Somebody can have the exact same physical experience as someone else. Yes, they may relate to them a little better than others, but the reality is they are still different. Each one has their own soul. We all have our own brains. And that being said, we're all going to need different things at different stages. So once you recognize that about yourself, give yourself the grace and the space to do what's right for you, do what's right for your family, whether it aligns with everybody else or not. And if you get to that point, or when you get to that point, you'll start to see this impact and fulfillment thing really start to take shape in the way that it's supposed to. All right. Well, hey, as always, y'all follow Coach Mike D everywhere on social media, and be on the lookout May the 2nd. So if you're not listening to this until after May the 2nd of 2023, then you can go ahead and go to Amazon and grab a paperback, an ebook, or the audiobook of my brand new book, The 33 Laws of Impact and Fulfillment, Your Peak Performance Guide to Leading from Within. Grab a copy for yourself, grab one for your friends, download the ebook, download the audiobook, listen to it, give me feedback, leave some reviews everywhere, share what you learned, screenshot stuff. Look, put this thing out there. So if you're listening to this before May the 2nd, set your alert to go to Amazon on May the 2nd, buy, leave a review, let me know what you think. If this is after May the 2nd, look, it's already available. Go ahead and make that purchase. Let me know what you think. Literally, I've poured my heart into this, and I really think it's going to impact some lives. Not some. This is going to impact a lot of lives around the world. So be a part of the conversation, and I will look forward to hearing from you soon. Y'all be blessed, well, and wise. I'll holla at you. Peace. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and follow Coach Mike D everywhere on social media. Y'all be blessed, well, and wise.